Hello everybody and welcome to the Quantics Kitchen. My name is Mike and today we're going to do Sichuan beef, specifically a 50-25-25 breakdown. And what that means is 50% protein, 25% carbs, and 25% fats. Okay, to start this dish, we're going to introduce everything. It looks like a lot, but it's very simple and it's actually not too much. So up front here we have shallots, just finely sliced. We have garlic, again finely sliced. One red chili, which is about 3 grams if you were to weigh it. Slice it finely. This is just to show you the size of it, and this is what it's going to look like when you chop it up. We have 4 grams of cashews. These are unsalted. And then right here we have pak choy, which is a small version of a cabbage. This is 49 grams. And then we have beef, 122 grams. You can grind it if you want to, but I think it has a nicer mouthfeel if it's a nice little chunk. And we have koi seed. Koi seed looks like barley, but it's not at all. It's not a wheat product. It is actually derived from grass. This is 60 grams. And then we have the 2 strongest seasoning agents that we've been using so far. This is red Sichuan peppercorn, and this is star anise. And we're going to use these to sort of enhance the flavor of the broth while it's cooking. We have water. We have coriander leaf, which we're going to finish with. We have some olive oil. We have 10 grams of aminos. And then we've taken some of this red Sichuan peppercorn, loaded it into the pepper mill, and this is what we're going to be using to season. So we're going to get started on the Sichuan beef. And we're using extra virgin olive oil, which you don't want to bring to a smoke point. If you're not comfortable using extra virgin olive oil, you can use ghee. So we're going to use 10 grams. And this factors into that 25% of fat, and the rest of it is going to be contained within the beef itself. So then the beef goes in. You'll hear a nice, pleasant sizzle, but it's not going to be very, very strong, which is perfectly fine. So put it in one single layer and just let it sit there for a moment. Let it get a little bit of color. So this is 122 grams of beef. And then you're going to start seasoning it. You're going with 40 grams of the sliced shallots, just right in the middle. At the same time, 1 clove of garlic, about 4 grams, sliced, again right in the middle. And right away you start to smell it. And you can, at this point you can give it a toss. So you can see we've got a little bit of color starting to work on this beef, which is what we want. And so we're just going to keep going right along. This is what the chili looks like whole, depending on how spicy you want it. I'm going to go ahead and put in most of it because I've been building up my tolerance to spice. And this whole time the beef is cooking. So you want to be very mindful of how long you're taking over here versus how long is going over here. These are the unsalted cashews. 4 grams. At this point we're going to start the seasoning of the powerhouse ingredients of the star anise and the red Sichuan peppercorn. But we're going to take one little piece, looks like a star, like this. We're going to snap off one of them and just use one corner, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it really is. And we've loaded up this peppercorn grinder with the red Sichuan peppercorns. So we're just going to give it a few turns. And again, it's quite strong, so don't go crazy. You can always add later. So we're going to make a well because we want to make this a one-pot dish. So we're going to move everything to the side, which is going to keep the heat in the middle. This is the pak choy, already cleaned, already washed. It's going to go right in the middle, again in a single layer. And you immediately start seeing that steam. So the heat is concentrated in the middle, so we want to move it to the outside to slow down the cooking of the beef and focus the cooking on the vegetable. And at this point, we want to add in the koi seed. Koi seed has already been cooked. It's very simple to cook koi seed. Now once the koi seed goes in, the pak choy is starting to wilt. We're going to go in with the liquid aminos. This is 10 grams or 10 milliliters. And if you notice, I haven't used salt yet. That's because I'm using the liquid aminos. And then you're going to go in with the water. Now the water is basically going to absorb all the heat immediately. Now what's going to happen now is as that water boils, It's going to finish wilting the pak choy, and it's going to surround the beef and finish cooking the beef, and then we're going to be done. And all we need to do is finish it by tasting it, re-seasoning it, and garnishing it. Literally cut to 2 minutes later, and we're done. You can test the doneness of the beef. It's nice, it's got a little bit of a push back. At this point, all we need to do is plate it up. And really all you need to do once you have the greens around the outside is scoop everything into the middle. And this is a very quick and simple 10-minute dish of Sichuan beef, a 50-25-25 breakdown. I hope you enjoy. Please leave comments and questions below, and we'll see you again next time.